Well, let's begin our lesson.
The forest will always protect its children.
Parissa, you brought outsiders to our main base. Have you forgotten the vigilance and pride of the Thorned guards?
Master Eomir, we have something important to report. Aaron, Leica, Lawson, and I saw the real culprit behind the corruption. A grave-born woman in a black dress.
Go on.
Master Eomir. She is a mage invited by Lawson the Wind Whisperer. She successfully cleansed the corruption and unraveled the mystery of its spread. She discovered that all the corrupted roots underground extend towards the Lucent Tree.
That grave-born woman is trying to corrupt our sacred Lucent Tree. The evidence is conclusive. I implore you, Master Eomir, to redeploy the Thorn Guards and focus on searching for the real culprit.
Aaron, Leica, is what she just said true?
Yes, Misate above. What Parissa said is absolutely true.
We hope you'll kindly accept his help and consider lifting the exclusion edict.
Very well. Oh, Parissa, my dear Parissa, I'm very disappointed in you.
Pardon?
Do you take me for a fool? You want to make a name for yourself by fabricating this lie. On top of that, you're conspiring with the likes of a Dusk Patroller and a Wind Whisperer. A mage from the outside, huh? The spread of the corruption you mentioned was previously verified by the Thorned guards. According to our intelligence, every location and spread of the corruption aligns with your movements.
What are you trying to say?
You fool. Listen, young Wind Whisperer. The mage you brought from the outside is the one spreading corruption. Otherwise, why is she the only one who can cleanse the corruption?
Master Eomir, you're wrong. She has been helping us all this time.
Even if you're a sage, I shall not allow you to slander her in that manner.
Lawson, the Wind Whisperer who brought the mage to the forest. Leica, the Dusk Patroller. And Aaron, the scion of the Lucent Tree. By linking yourselves to the corruption and the actual culprit, you are trying to influence the hearts of the Wilders with the false image of saviors. You are the corruption that needs to be cleansed from the forest.
Get out, outsiders! Leave!
Capture these outsiders and traitors.
First, you want them out, then you want them captured. What a masterpiece of terrible hospitality.
Who are you? Their ally? Outsider.
Just another uninvited guest. Here for the show.
Go! Stop her!
Hey, you lot! Quit daydreaming and move it! Well, I guess I'll take my leave too. Adios!
Hurry! After them!
I thought I could get Master Eomir to change his mind. I thought he would at least care about the future of our forest.
Carissa, it's not your fault. Master Eomir's reaction took everyone by surprise. Don't worry. The Dusk Patrollers will be with you even without the Thorned Guards.
I agree with her. Regardless of Eomir's past achievements or the kindness he's shown you, he's now just an old man who cannot distinguish right from wrong. I don't even have the vocabulary to curse him out.
By the way, who was that human girl who helped us? Even we had to go through so much trouble to bypass the Thorn Guards. But she just popped up out of nowhere on top of that tent.
I know, right? If we weren't so busy running for our lives, I'd stop and applaud her.
Non-wilders have been banned from the forest ever since the exclusion edict was issued.
Let alone getting past the guards. We must not underestimate her.
Fortunately, based on what happened at the camp, she seemed more friend than foe. If that Graveborn lady really is after the Lucent Tree, we need to head there and inspect the surroundings first. If that Graveborn lady shows up again, we'll be counting on you. The Lucent Tree isn't far from here. Let's rest up before setting out.
Well, well, you guys got away fast. Hey, beautiful. The first thing you should say to your savior is thank you. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm Atalanta, a famous treasure hunter. How strange. You're with a group of wilders and you know nothing about the hidden treasure in the dark forest? Anyway, I'm here for that. And if you want to know more, you'll need to pay.
Treasure hunter. No wonder you're so skilled. You even escaped from Eomir and his wilders.
Eomir? Oh, that old man who went after you. I was hiding on top of the tent, trying to eavesdrop on any info about the treasure. Then he started with all that outsiders and corruption nonsense. Who does he think he is? I hate people who act all high and mighty.
Outlander, you must not disrespect Master Eomir.
You really can't see it, can you? Are you trying to protect your pride or something? Whatever, let's drop this. I have nothing more to say to a stubborn woman like you. As a matter of fact, I hate talking to people like you. By the way, that corruption you mentioned at the camp, were you referring to the dark plants that look decayed? Well, there's one in the camp nearby. This information is on the house. A little present for pulling off that escape from that old wilder.
What? There's corruption around here too? It's so close to the Lucent Tree.
Miss Atalanta, thank you for your help.
Save your thanks. Remember, you owe me one. See ya.
Hey! Speak up! Who are you?
We're...
Are you Lady Alucia's assistant? We're so sorry! We shouldn't have overstepped our bounds! You see, this route just underwent transformation not long ago. We want to observe a bit more to ensure everything's perfect before pulling back. Are you and the client happy with the transformation results here? Aren't these wilders behind you new clients? Rest assured that the one we've worked with recently has nothing but praise for everything we've done.
Right. We're here to check the results. Can you disclose the name of your client?
That's a breach of confidentiality. We can't afford any information leaks. Since we have your permission, then we can tell you. It's Master Eomir from the Thorned faction.
Eomir?
Master Eomir, how is this even possible?
Oh, that old man! Is he trying to betray the forest now?
What's wrong? Do you know him?
Of course, we have a lesson to teach him. And you, Grove Killers!
Grow strong and thrive. Everyone's doing great. Well, let's begin our lesson. Grow strong and thrive. Everyone's doing great.
Curses! Why would Eomir want to corrupt the Lucent Tree? He no longer deserves to be called a sage.
Parissa, are you alright?
Please give me some time to come to terms with this.
Of course.
Magister, your guess was correct. The corrupted roots underground here are spreading to the north.
What exactly does Eomir gain from corrupting the Lucent Tree? He already has influence, power, and a respected position. Once the truth is revealed, that'll tarnish his reputation and he'll lose everything.
Does he want to get rid of the faction system and control the Dark Forest by himself? That traitor! If only we'd found out what he was doing earlier.
Lawson, this is not the time for self-doubt. Nobody could have predicted Eomir's betrayal. What we need to do now is pull ourselves together. We are the only ones who know the truth and can stop Eomir.
Leica.
Right! But I can't figure out why Eomir would corrupt the forest. I've marked down the corrupted spots here. What's our next move? Shall we proceed to the Lucent Tree?
Look, there's something coming at us.
And thrive. Everyone's doing great. Everyone's doing great! Everyone's doing great!
The forest will always protect its children.
Who else needs a little pick-me-up?
Scanning the area. Found you.
Well, victory is deserved.
The corrupted roots near Lunadorf exhibit signs of resurgence. Any advancements from your endeavors?
Bryon, we found the real culprit behind the corruption. It's Eomir. We found out he was working with the Adamant Syndicate, and their ultimate target is the Lucent Tree.
I figured. Master Arden, prior to his retreat into the Veduso Mountains, had explicitly advised me to observe Eomir's actions, suggesting an innate foresight. Otherwise, he wouldn't have urged Lawson to seek external assistance, nor tasked me with summoning Aeron back. Conveying and acquiring information is what we Wind Whisperers do. Alas, our prolonged inability to reach Master Arden leaves us in the dark about his current status.
Is everything all right with Grandpa Arden?
His situation remains obscure. I shall persist in attempting to re-establish contact with him. It is advisable for you to focus on the present circumstances. The Thorned Guards have erected a blockade around the Lucent Tree, indicating potential maneuvers by Eomir. Your attentiveness is implored. Additionally, during Ilona's investigative pursuits, anomalies were observed in the Eastern Flower Grove and the Northeastern Forest.
If those two places are corrupted too, doesn't that mean the corruption has basically taken over the entire Dark Forest?
Show me the map. Along with the corruption on the east and northeast, they've encircled the Lucent Tree.
This is a big magic circle centered around the Lucent Tree. Each corruption spot serves as a node for the magic circle. And once they are interconnected, the circle is complete.
Eomir has been living in the forest like the rest of us, and knows little about magic. Creating a magic circle like this requires expertise of magic from the outside, along with a thorough knowledge of the forest. Although I'm not sure about the exact ties between Eomir, the Adamant Syndicate, and the Graveborn Lady, and whether she's the lady Lawson mentioned. At least those Syndicate people didn't lie to us about Eomir.
With all the evidence, there's no room for doubt. All this time, I've pledged my allegiance to the wrong person. As a member of the Thorned faction, my one and only duty is to protect the forest. This will never change, no matter what.
Bryon, time is of the essence. We've got to head out right now.
Understood. I shall convey this information to Master Dani and the Dusk Patrollers. May the winds of justice always be with you.
The Lucent Tree. The symbol of the Dark Forest. Our sacred haven. I've often wondered, if I hadn't been born under your shade, would my life be any different? Even now, I still don't feel a connection with you. No divine revelation nor omen. But even so, I've come to realize my mission. Scion of the Lucent Tree or not, I am a member of the Dark Forest. It is time I wield my swords to protect you.
Cecilia, you came at a bad time.
forest will always protect its children.
And thrive. Everyone's doing great.
Captain Parissa, 'tis verily thou.
Kafra is my former deputy.
I remain the deputy unto Captain Parissa.
I'm no longer captain of the Thorned Guards, so you should stop calling me that.
I do persist.
Ooh.
Outlander, utterance cometh only with Captain Parissa's grant.
Kafra. She is a mage brought in by the Wind Whisperer, and I've seen her use magic firsthand to clear out corruption.
Clear out corruption! An outlander graced with such might. It behoves us to accord her the utmost courtesy.
I take it you're not working for Eomir.
We are the subordinates of Captain Parissa. After the captain's departure, we have been reassigned and stationed hither.
Were you all affected by my dismissal?
We pledge fealty to the Thorned faction. A sage bereft of wisdom merits no allegiance, verily.
You saw more clearly than I did.
Captain, we are assembled nigh. Thou mayest proceed to inspect and take respite. Bramo, Rosetta, secure the found provisions and make haste to return to camp.
Everyone's doing great!
Witness the power of the forest.
I'll be praised for this, right?
Captain Parisa. I'm surprised to see you here.
Although there's no place for us in the camp, we've been following your teachings and haven't slacked on our training for a single minute.
You guys.
Captain, our hearts do not covet the title of captain, but in thee we place our unwavering trust.
You're right. I should never have wasted my time on regrets.
That's enough self-reflection. Parisa, what is needed now is action.
You are right. Kafra, did you notice anything strange from Eomir before he reassigned you? For instance, did he ever make contact with strangers? Was there any sighting of a woman in black near the camp? We need all the intel we can get.
I do recall Rosetta hath submitted a report regarding the anomalous transfer of supplies.
Yes, Captain. After you left, a new group of guards came to the main camp. I readied their equipment and counted the supplies. Then I noticed something unusual. The number of weapons didn't match the inventory list. They really cover their tracks with the transfer records. I wouldn't have caught it if I hadn't noticed something odd about the delivery locations. Outside the forest. According to the records, under Master Eomir's name, multiple shipments of longbows and axes were dispatched beyond the forest to aid wilders in different regions. But the intel officer said there haven't been any requests for assistance in recent years.
Are you saying that the Lightbearer bandits causing trouble at the forest entrance are getting support from Eomir? Only wilders in the forest could have such a clear understanding of the Dusk Patroller's schedule. Because, other than the villagers, the Thorned Guards have the most frequent interaction with the patrol squads.
Eomir, going so far as to spread corruption in the forest to snatch power from the other two factions and directing bandits to assault his own people. As a member of the Thorned faction, does he not feel guilty? Kafra, get everyone into their formation.
Ooh. Captain?
I will retake command of the Thorn Guards, admit our mistakes, and bear the consequences. It'll take some time, but acting now is better than regretting later. Everyone, I haven't taken action for too long, and I shall no longer let down the guards who have supported me. With you around, I trust we can cleanse the corruption. Now, the guards and I are going to make amends for the Thorned faction's previous wrongs. Here, take this. I've inscribed my teleportation spell in this book. Although it can only be used one time, it can help you escape in a dire situation. It's time we bid farewell, my friends. Please save the Dark Forest. We're counting on you.
The corruption here is surprisingly severe.
All the flowers here are corrupted!
Curses! That rascal Eomir!
We need to hurry up and cleanse the corruption here.
Come out, my servant, and fight for me!
Grow strong and thrive.
The forest will always protect its children.
And thrive.
The forest will always protect its children.
Everyone's doing great!
Magister, are you okay?
You can't just clear out such extensive corruption all at once. The magic drain is just way too much.
Please take care of yourself. While magic is handy, your body is equally important.
The Lucent Tree is our sacred tree. But we can't let you wear yourself out just to safeguard it. Because this isn't your obligation, but ours.
The last patch of corruption is in the northeast. Please prioritize your well-being. Otherwise, I'd be so worried.
The Dark Forest will always remember your favor. And will never spare that traitor colluding with our enemies.
Come out, my servant, and fight for me!
The forest will always protect its children. The forest will always protect its children.
Everyone's doing great! Come out, my servant, and fight for me! Everyone's doing great! Everyone's doing great!
wash away all sorrows, Olraine. Scanning the area. Found you.
Well, victory is deserved.
What happened? The whole village is corrupted. The soil reeks of decay, and even the nearby plants have wilted. Where are the villagers? The Dusk Patrollers didn't receive any requests for help.
Look at the mess. And the half-open doors. The villagers must have fled in a hurry.
The ground here is exactly the same as the Great Fields in Ryham. Someone must have been performing corruption magic here for a long time. Maybe even a few years.
So if we don't completely clear out the corruption, the places we found would end up like this too? The forest, labyrinth, and even Lunadorf would all end up like this. Ah! Curses! This is unforgivable!
Is Eomir going to sacrifice the whole village just to accomplish his goals?
The most important thing now is to clear out corruption.
Lawson, please stay calm. We might be able to find some clues here. Even a little helps. The villagers have been plagued by corruption for days. Eventually, as the corruption spread, they had to leave their homes. The village ended up looking like what we see now. Eomir knew all along but chose to turn a blind eye. He used the reputation of a sage to calm the villagers, but allowed things to unfold. He is truly a disgrace to the name of a sage.
Judging from the dates on the diary, the corruption started a long time ago. This may have been the first place to be affected. Things might have been different if the Dusk Patrollers had known earlier.
That rascal! What does he take lives for? He and the Adamant Syndicate actually started corruption right in a place where villagers live. Does he see both the forest and its inhabitants as mere pawns to be sacrificed for his aims?
However, commencing action is still within our grasp. We need to stop Eomir.
Are you trying to cleanse the entire village in one go? Given your present condition, your body might struggle to cope with such intense magic expenditure. How could you?
Magister, Chippy may not know much about magic, but as your familiar, Chippy will support your decision.
Chippy!
It is our mission to trust the Magister and protect her whenever we can.
Ah, Chippy. If anything, use my magic too. I am your familiar, and you can draw power from me. I never want to see you in pain again.
Everyone's doing great! Everyone's doing great! Everyone's doing great! Grow strong and thrive.
The one responsible for the corruption is right here in front of you. And yet you're holding back. Young mage, don't try to use your limited knowledge to underestimate an immortal Graveborn. That's rude.
He is right. The Graveborns linger between life and death, belonging neither to the dawn nor to the night. How can they possess the power of life?
Corruption. Life. Resurrection. The trees surrounding the village, where corrupted roots entwine, wilt, and wither. Meanwhile, the Graveborns, who shouldn't have the ability to resurrect, keep coming back. I get it. You are stealing the life force of the Dark Forest.
You mean they draw life from the surroundings through the corrupted roots and channel it back into themselves?
Precisely. This is why Eomir sought to join forces with the Adamant Syndicate and corrupt the Lucent Tree. He's planning to seize the gift bestowed upon the forest by Misate. A long and enduring life.
How come you don't seem surprised at all by this conclusion?
Well, it seems that occasionally there are some bright minds among the living. Well, let me continue savoring your struggle. Come now, you think I'd use my full strength against weaklings like you?
Hold on, I hear something. I hear the sound carried by the wind. Eomir's leading the Thorned Guards to the Lucent Tree. He intends to implore Misate for divine blessings, asking for the eradication of all corruption.
We've been tricked. She's here to hold us back so Eomir can corrupt the Lucent Tree.
I do appreciate smart individuals. But as mere mortals, it's better for you to be dumb.
Watch out, she's about to attack.
Eomir, you hired goons to eliminate your opponents, blamed the outsiders, and under the guise of the ritual, you're corrupting the Lucent Tree. Unforgivable.
Nonsense! Get rid of these traitors!
The corruption of the forest has long been removed. Your evil plan ends here. Wilders of the Dark Forest, open your eyes. He is our real enemy.
Loathsome worms!
The forest will always protect its children.
Aaron and Leica have joined forces with the outsiders to disrupt the sacred ceremony under the Lucent Tree. Go stop them.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the captain of the Dusk Patrollers. This is a diary we found from a northern village. It was left behind by a wilder. His village has been corrupted and is devoid of life. Please take a look at this diary. It is written in blood and tears. Why doesn't Master Eomir come here anymore? Where are the Thorned Guards? Alas, I must leave. Farewell, my village. I know you made a vow to take on the form of thorns and guard the forest when you joined the Thorned Guards. Tell me, Why did Eomir stand by and watch our beloved people lose their homes to the corruption without intervening?
A Dusk Patroller and an Outlander? I don't believe your words.
Why would Master Eomir corrupt the sacred Lucent Tree?
Misata bestowed upon us the Lucent Tree, a sight for generations of children to behold. The sacred tree is eternal, but with the corruption spread throughout the entire forest, Eomir is able to corrupt the Lucent Tree itself and seize its life force for himself. Eomir has gained power, status, and your trust. However, he has reached the twilight of his life. There is only one thing in the world that makes a man willing to give up power and fame. That's eternal life.
Eternal life?
Dear members of the Thorned faction, please, take a look at our Lucent Tree. Look at its roots, the spring beneath its shade, and the leaves that once sparkled like stars. What has become of them now? It's not we who corrupted the Lucent Tree, but Eomir, in whom your trust lies. I will no longer address him as a sage, for he is not a sage, but a sinner of the forest.
Scion of the Lucent Tree?
Yes. I am the scion of the Lucent Tree. Now, I'd like to tell everyone what I heard from the Lucent Tree. I heard its prayers tainted by corruption, filled with sorrow for our blindness. Yet, it persisted in seeking Misate's forgiveness.
Misati above? Did you really hear the voice of the Lucent Tree?
Master Eomir? Is it true what they just said?
Nonsense. There's no such thing as the Scion of the Lucent Tree. In the name of the Thorn, I command you to take them down.
But...
Misate gave us eyes to see right and wrong, and ears to hear the true voices of the forest. Children of the forest, I implore you to see and hear the truth, and use your weapons against the true enemy of the Dark Forest, Eomir.
Aaron! Cisia, finish them!
Eomir, this is the last time.
Cisia, why did you stop? I gave you the power. You can't possibly lose.
How foolish.
What did you just say?
Our scheme has been revealed. We can no longer drain the life force of the Lucent Tree. While I haven't obtained everything as desired, the coveted portion of power is already within my grasp. Tell me, what reason remains for me to lower myself and assist a mere mortal?
Are you going to break our agreement?
A hypocrite like you dare to command an immortal Graveborn? I'm done with your tedious farce.
Lucent Tree, I'm sorry that we weren't able to protect you. No. I only said that because the situation was dire. Everyone is so convinced that I am the scion of the Lucent Tree. So I had to use the title and Misate's name to get them to trust you and like her. In the end, I used Misate's name in vain to deceive my fellow Wilders. But I shall shoulder guilt. I know there is little hope. But do you think you can cleanse the Lucent Tree?
No! Stop! You've used too much magic along the way! The Lucent Tree holds Misate's divine power. Clearing all of its corruption would demand a huge amount of magic. Your life could be in danger. I will not concede on this matter. Let's explore other options. No matter how tough it gets, Chippy and I will always be with you.
It's all right, Miss Hammy. You've done us a favor in protecting the Lucent Tree. We can't ask for more. Your kindness is something even the most beautiful starlight cannot repay. Lawson, say something.
No.
Lawson, you know everyone has done their best.
I didn't give my all. I could have done better. But now all possible solutions have been tried. She has tried her hardest. You've put in effort, and Aaron as well. But I couldn't help at all. But if even Magister Merlin can't cleanse the Lucent Tree, who else is there to save the forest?
What did you just say?
What did you just call her? Magister Merlin? Are you really Magister Merlin? The greatest mage of all time?
Every place I've journeyed to has tales of Magister Merlin. That explains how you can cleanse corruption. Why didn't you tell us earlier? We could have hosted you more fittingly.
Oops! I didn't mean to say anything. Please forgive me. I have no idea.
The tides of fate may yet turn. The Lucent Tree is not yet fully corrupted. Your timely intervention prevented the complete usurpation of its power.
Brian! Granny Donny!
I too am a Wind Whisperer.
Sorry, children. I'm late. Merlin, if we had found you sooner, the Dark Forest might not have become like this. I condemned Eomir before, but now I realize I have also neglected my duties. Alas. Brian must have told you that Arden has secluded himself in the Verduso Mountains. Legend has it that in the Verduso Mountains, there exists a way to directly beseech Misate. It's a legend upheld among the sages, and Arden likely ventured to the Verduso Mountains for this. That old man left the affairs of the Dark Forest unattended, just to go on a wild goose chase. Alas, I've fared no better than he. We're getting old. Maybe the responsibility of looking after the forest can't be carried on our old shoulders anymore.
Magister Merlin, may I lead the way for you? Arden's protracted silence has become a source of concern among the Wind Whisperers. Indeed.
I'm glad you're still willing to help us, Magister Merlin.
We are so grateful for your help.
So next up is the Verdusa Mountains. We need to find Grandpa Arden and see if he has a way to save the Lucent Tree. Let's go!
Everything in this village has come back to life. Is it because we couldn't stop Eomir?
The life force in this land was taken away a long time ago. Even if we stop Eomir from corrupting the Lucent Tree, I'm afraid.
Let's find a way to fix everything and save the Lucent Tree.
Scanning the area. Found you.
The forest will always protect its children. The forest will always protect its children.
Scanning the area. Found you.
Listen to the sound of falling leaves.